Hi, welcome back to the lesson on reading rhythms. The way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm just going to go over the different types of notes and kind of play them for you so you can listen to what they sound like. So I'm going to demonstrate everything on an open E chord. I mean, you could do it on a single note, you could do it on any chord. I'm just choosing an E pretty much for its relationship to the strumming exercises. So the way that notes work and rhythms work is that in music there's always what's called the time signature. And the time signature is, in this case, most of the time, always in groupings of 4. So you want to be able to start your training by just counting in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the speed that you're playing, and if you're tapping your foot as you strum, which is in the strumming fundamentals, is that you're creating a tempo, you're creating a certain pulse of the music that you're following. That pulse is a specific division of time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the simple way to go about this is to think about that pulse is represented by what's called a quarter note. And so if I strum on the pulse, whether I'm strumming a full chord or I'm just picking one note, the duration of that amount of space is what's referred to as the quarter note. So that's a quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. It's just one count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note, another quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. 3, 4. Now, if we break this up a little bit farther and make the notes longer but keep the pulse the same, and we strum every 2 quarter notes, we have what's called a half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are half notes. 2 halves make a whole grouping of 4. Whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 half notes create a full bar of space. Then we have, if we go even farther and we only strum once every 2 half notes, we have what's called a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are whole notes. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's technically 6 whole notes because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes that I'm strumming, but the duration is 1 whole note worth of space. It's 4 beats long, and that's important. E4. What if we made the duration of that note smaller? What if we played 2 times every time we counted 1 quarter note? Now the way that this would work on guitars is you're strumming 1, 2, 3, 4. Your hand has to come up to come back down every time you count. So you're already, in sense, able to strum twice every time you count once. So if we strum on the up strums, we would be strumming 2 times every time we count once, which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And this is what's called playing eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's an eighth note strumming pattern, and that's the basis of most of our beginning material. Then as we advance, we'll do what's called a 16th note strumming pattern. Now a 16th note is taking that eighth note and cutting it in half. And so the way that works then is that instead of going 2 times every time there's a count over the strings, we're going over the strings 4 times every time there's a count, because we've taken each of those eighth notes and cut them in half. So it's 4 times. It's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Those are 16th notes. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. So that is your crash course in playing rhythms and how to read rhythms. Most of the stuff we do is just going to be in eighth notes for a while. There'll be some stuff in 16th notes. A lot of the learning process, honestly, is trusting the ear and listening to the examples and just being able to hear it and then copy it physically and then be able to go back and kind of analyze it and see, oh, I really am doing that. So I hope you enjoyed this crash course in reading rhythms. The next section is going to be a little bit more advanced on reading rests, reading ties, and how to make sense of truly reading the strumming exercises. So take it easy and study hard, and I'll see you soon.